Here, the decider, Inferno. Essentially, we reset to a best of one. Both of these teams played long series earlier this morning, Jason, and this day ain't getting any shorter now.
Yeah, and we knew if it came down to this third map, things were going to start getting scrappy. Both these teams having to dig deep for this one. 6 maps played for each of them today. This will be the 6th. A Danish legacy on one side and a G2 team that has brought a lot of firepower into this squad to win trophies. So much on the line for both squads, and right out of the gates. Oh, you gotta love this. Glaive jumping for the information. I don't know if he spotted the push just yet. He knows they're peeking down, and oh, they're getting assaulted. They're getting wrapped around from alternate mid from Astralis. This is gonna be tough. Config trying to battle. Blame F has gone down. Nico needs to hold. Nico needs to hold. He's got 2. Ooh, the second one is a thing of beauty. And G2, it looks like they have all the advantages now. It's just Config 1 versus 4.
It was a tornado of positioning as they wrapped around each other, trying to sandwich out Banana, but then the ult mid push. It all comes down to Nico with the advantage on the kills, and Config goes back toward alt middle, but guess who's there watching that? Jax. Doorway open, standing in it, nearly taken down, but gets the headshot. His aim has just been stupendous so far this series, and it's 1-0 for G2. They have the advantage early.
Yeah, that's massive. What a great hold from Nico. If he doesn't get both those kills there, if he just goes 1 for 1, that round is actually pretty difficult for G2 to get back into. Tense, this is one of those rounds where it's hard to entirely know what's happening all across the map because there was so many weird individual 1-on-1 and 2-on-2 battles. Chaotic, and G2 come out on top. They get the advantage, but as we saw in Dust 2 and even back on Ancient, these second rounds aren't secure between these two teams. Players delivering with these deeks. All 5 players towards Banana. Alexi, SMG jumping back. He gets taken out by Config.
Set up crossfire, flashes in, Hunter's able to pop out. Nico burns Config alive with the counter Molotov to the smoke on entry, and in they go. He pops out from New Box. He'll spray down 2 more. He's looking sharp. As he was on Dust 2, he is untouchable so far in this series. Taps away to get lucky.
That's brilliant. Running out of ammunition. Very conservative shooting from Nico. As we know from his precision, 2-0. Even taking the fight as the flashbang flies in along the wall behind him to ensure that Astralis is looking in that direction. Good stuff from G2 after Alexi B goes down at the half wall. See the flash coming in just now. Hunter with a couple of assists with that flashbang. Modesty as well adding on top of it. Good round from G2. Only 1 player falls, and now it should be a bit easier. Unarmored opponents, except for Config. He's got light armor and a deagle.
CB gets out behind sandbags. Nico's there to support that as Config wants to try and get into the tree position. And it's very commonly naded, as we can see. And Nico and Alexi B take down him with the nades, and on top of that, there was a kill towards Zipic. So a start, but Blame F hits one lovely shot in return.
Closing the door on your well, that's very polite. And then G2 just falls back and disappears. Blame F brought low. So yeah, it's gonna be 3-0 for G2. Meanwhile, on the B stream, if you guys aren't keeping track of it, we do have Na'Vi taking on FaZe. That's for placement. That's for a spot in the semifinals or quarterfinals between the winner and loser. This one here is just for a quarterfinal spot or tickets home. You can see the second map is well underway between Na'Vi and FaZe.
11-7. So FaZe took the first map, apparently a full eco to win out the last round as well on Overpass.
Yeah, that was wild. I got to see the clip on Reddit in between the maps. That's a rough way to lose a map.
Well, it's done and dusted now, as they say. And as a result of that, the fact that FaZe are behind on this one, that could also go 3 maps that series. So I want to say this is our last map of the group stage. There's no guarantee in that promise. It is our last spot available, though, determined in this series. As Astralis down early go to the AK-47s this round to try and open something up, as Nico and Alexi B have banana control early. With a deep smoke, they'll put a secondary one there now, and rotating away is Nico because he's content to let Alexi B hold that alone.
They've used a lot of utility, G2, early on in this round, though. Minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. They've got 2 smokes and a Molotov to block off choke points. Good double stack. That gives him a man advantage, and he's going to bail out. AWP in the hands of Monazi. Switch positions with Hunter towards Rap side. Likely Hunter's got an SMG. You'd want him to move up into a close position inside the bomb site or towards the corner. Monacy's actually going to move all the way across the map over towards the B bomb site. Meanwhile, Astralis is going to establish brackets control.
Nico nade through the smoke. That's going to land at the top side of the middle position. No damage dealt from it. They'll push up again and cover off the cross. The mid wall for Astralis. BlameF still trying to convince them somehow, the G2 players, that there's something going on Banana, but he hasn't done any of that. Not enough yet, and he has to rotate back over and join his teammates who are losing numbers. Nico finding one more. Xyp9x is down as well to 24 HP. He holds the bomb, and Alexi B, they thought they could go back that way. He shuts down BlameF, and he's low on HP. I don't think they even go for this. 16 seconds. Xyp9x going back and forth, posturing for position. I think he's just going to drop down and try and save this weapon on T stairs.
Yeah, he's got to back away. Glaive alive in CT spawn, so I mean, yeah, nothing coming from this round. They just got whittled down too much the whole way. Nico starting this map 8-1. They want nothing to do with it, trying to execute a mid to B split. Can't pull it off. 4-0. 4-0 for the Europeans watching.
Yeah, the Europeans love their nil. Alexi B loves the thrill of a gunshot down an open Banana. And I say open because remember how much smokes there were there early on. You mentioned that they ran out of utility, but he still was able to win the gunfight. Crucial one. BlameF gets that shot. They might have a chance to get that bomb to B.
It was pretty spicy. I was looking at the minimap because you had m0NESY with the op over at that B bomb site, kind of out in the open, looking towards CT spawn. If Alexi loses that, then all of a sudden m0NESY has to reposition. And that could have put him in a really awkward position if he made the wrong decision. But it never even came to that, so all's good. First time out taken from Astralis. As they buy back up into the round, BlameF going to be down on a MAC-10, trying to put some strength to surround these AK-47s that survived heading into round number 5. Plenty of utility for the Astralis side. And G2's sitting pretty as well. Only one player goes down to the previous, so they build up a bit of a buffer of cash behind this investment.
m0NESY spots down middle early on, nothing to spot as of yet. Doesn't want to overcommit to that because flashes and nades go down, but Jax wins out the battle again of Banana.
Up mid quick.
m0NESY has to give that up. He doesn't want to commit. He was flashed off the angle twice, and as a response to that kill on Banana, you're right. They're going to force the Opper well back. And rotating around, he's stuck inside of the site. I say stuck, he's got access still, but he has to go back toward the A site.
It's fine. I think they actually wanted to take brackets control during that, and they kind of have gotten it, but they had to use a little bit more utility they would have liked. Look at this. 2 smokes, 1 just got put out, and 2 flashbangs.
Yeah, the fact that they had that control. Alexi B is inside of the arch, so even though Jax is covered off, he'll spray through for support. And the kills still stacking up in favor of G2.
Oh, no.
Nade config. Woo. Heat-seeking missile. Alexi B again changing his position. Who first?
Oh, he's reading it. What a god.
He sees that shadow. That's far too easy. That was well done. He's going to have Alexi B closing out. This round's done. Lucky's not going anywhere except the grave.
That's a lot of free upgrades to the AK-47s as well. 2 free AKs. 5-0. m0NESY just looking for that boost as well. And you're right, the shadow gave it away. It confirmed his suspicion. 5-0. Not just that, not just the kills that came out, but I mean, everything got shut down. The Banana play from the MAC-10, the play up mid as well. The nade damage that was done, I mean, everything that Astralis wanted to do got absolutely denied. Even the wrap side attack is split by a Molotov and an easy frag from Jax through smoke, as I believe it was Glaive that was burning halfway down. Aggression here. Hunter wants a peek, and he's taking his time. He's got 2. Jax has 1. Excuse me, actually, Jax has 2.
Just get it all wrong. It's fine. They're just changing things up on you. Either way, the push yields 3. That's the important part. And it was well calculated to get there in time.
And that round is more psychological warfare than everything. That is just G2 just straight disrespecting Astralis and not even letting them have a chance to use those deagles to effect.
It's not wrong. You just absolutely obliterated them on Dust 2 with relentless pushes. 2 1 HP clutches from 2 different players. Nico going off. You had a good start on Ancient at 8-0. Now, Astralis did turn that around very convincingly, but why let them mentally get back into this series after the last map? Why even give them that chance? Disrespect until you can't find the openings anymore.
Gonna run a fine line. I think G2 might want to be, I mean, obviously you're always going to want to rack up as many rounds as possible, but I think it's kind of important for G2 to not go into that T side half. Letting Astralis believe that they can come back into it. We saw, you know, the narrow choke points, the odd choke points of Ancient. did them a lot of trouble trying to find entries once Astralis got going on the CT side. If they switch over onto the T side and the similar thing starts happening, I think they could run into some real difficulty.
Money's out of control already, though.
Yeah, they've got a lot of buys. Astralis is playing this game on nightmare mode all of a sudden.
That's why I think if you got the money right now, you can push, you can justify 1 or 2 more rounds like this until it doesn't work. Snowballing in this one. Hunter with the mid position and a 3-man position toward B. It's m0NESY that wants to try and get the op shot, even spraying, or spamming rather, I suppose you should say, down through the half wall, but it's Hunter that drops first. Lucky's the one that gets the kill. So that's the top of mid player. They don't realize yet that it's 3 over here. They're gonna actually force G2 back. They've rotated already, but good utility, early pick, and finally some banana control as well for Astralis.
Nico uses smoke and picks up another one. Oh, capping that. He wants to play with it. Oh my god. BlameF almost got another kill for Astralis through the smoke. Alexi be a little bit lucky. Defense is forced passive. I think m0NESY is going to be called upon. Right mid is smoked. How much does he want to stick around and fight at brackets? Nico and Alexi using utility to find information at Banana to try and send some intel over to their teammates. Alexi juggling grenades. That's not a fun game. He's going to transition into the bomb site as Alexi takes up wrap side defense. Molotov to slow it down to allow Alexi to get into position. It's going to be a Halls pop. It's all on Jackson. He's been great. Nico, here's that nade. Here's the footsteps. Perfect timing. Perfect timing and perfect spray down from Jax. Triple kill. And now Nico gets activated. Now Alexi gets activated. And Astralis again is shut down entirely. They get nothing.
Outrageous. Again. 14-8 for Jax right now. 13. Everyone except Nico has 5 digits of economy and a 7-0 scoreline. Astralis aren't even kicking anymore. They are out of this one. How do you claw back in now?
Nico's going to obviously get, I mean, having a fantastic series. Coming into this map, he's 53 and 34 in terms of volume, but I mean, I hope somewhere in the history books, the impact that Jax has had in this series with some of his clutches, some of his second rounds, some of his impact and critical kills, I hope somebody notes it down. This has been so impressive from Jax in this series, and it's really, really cool to see. m0NESY is going to get tested, blinded, falling back early. m0NESY and Jax, one more time, he might have to deliver. They're going to wrap around. Hunter's the first point of contact, and ooh, jumping Tech 9, that's old school.
Nico spraying it down, though, is rotated back over from B and will contain the CT spawn so as to make it less of a threat. Lucky will pick up the M4 that was dropped. The other 2 players that are still waiting at mid for where BlameF has been holding are coming around from quad. BlameF smoked off, is only going to have access now, and it's m0NESY again that's going to shut them down from that position as he's shuffled already back inside of the site. Makes no mistake, Jax from the pit. A 3 here last time. Lucky got m0NESY in the middle of that, so hold on, because BlameF has cleared pit. He's jumped out. It's Lucky that's still alive on this, AWP in hand, but watch out as well, because I don't think he's going to be aware that Alexi B has gone above and has walked down the hallway.
No way to know that. Well done from the A defenders, not only getting some kills, but also delaying and holding them off. Astralis had a pretty decent vision in mind of what the map was looking like. They had the rotator cut off in CT spawn. They knew they only had 2 defenders on the A bomb site. They knew they could wrap around them from 3 different positions, just could never coordinate it, I think, the way they would have liked. Nico, that kill was huge as BlameF falls in a pit. BlameF even taking his time, knew he only had 1 chance for the headshot. 8-0, a second timeout from Astralis. Not only is it 8-0, all 5 players from G2 before the buy comes in had over 10K. They are the 1%.
I would say so, yeah. And Astralis needs something now. 2 timeouts, no rounds gained for them at all in this. 3 kills for Lucky, 3 for Config, 0 for Glaive, 1 for Xyp9x, 2 for BlameF. I mean, they're just not even dropping bodies right now.
No, and sometimes it feels like individually players are like, team-wide just are having an off game. This feels more like G2 is just, I mean, it has countered everything that Astralis has wanted. This is just a great half so far from G2.
Oh, okay. Just body block that Molotov that was thrown up toward Nico. I was scared there for Astralis again because they were all being tunneled toward Hunter's positioning, and Nico was slowly and slyly sneaking in behind those barrels to catch them off. Glaive will start it, though. He gets Hunter, so the opening pick this time does go the way of Astralis, and they are surrounding Jax. m0NESY's still back in the archway. Smoke off. There's one in library, but they're going to pass off of this.
Well, the tough part now is m0NESY had to evacuate through CT spawn. So, I mean, Jax is the only one here. This kills everything. This kills everything, and Jax looks away as the smoke clears. They found it, but yeah, you're right. Astralis did back away. Now they have a little bit of a question mark of how exactly they want to handle this situation. This is going to get a little bit weird. So much success across the map has kind of wreaked havoc on Astralis' plans, but still a massive advantage.
Yeah, and they've got 50 seconds to work this. They'll leave the bomb neutrally in the middle of the map. In fact, they're going to go back. They're going to go, because Xyp9x has grabbed it now. So Config holding Alexi B at bay, trying to get information. Double smoke down, and reset again. 40 seconds. CT utility is just 2 flashes and a nade, by the way. m0NESY has both of the flashes.
Well, Nico's rotating away. It's all going to be on m0NESY.
m0NESY has done well in this position before, has he not? Inside of that site, Nico getting Config. That's the only one on A, but they'll call the rotation, and the AWP can find nothing from the back of B. Smoke still down as well, covering off the rotation of Nico, and he'll head in toward the chapel, not before lobbing a nade forward to the site, spraying back and forth contentiously through smoke, and blameF will get the kill as a result. Alexi B exit kills would do just fine here.
I'm almost happy that Astralis is winning this round, because that would have been a real heartbreak if they had just rotated away from like a winning position up at the A bomb site where it was only Alexi B for so long. They do eventually find it. m0NESY in a position where he could only get the one behind that pillar. Actually, couldn't even get one. Well done from Astralis. 8-1 is going to be the scoreline. They're on the board. The question now is, how many can they get in a row? Because as we mentioned, the money for G2 is obscene at the moment. It's going to take like three wins in a row to take this cash away. They're going to be able to buy up G2 throughout a building losing bonus if they continue. Nice change of pace for Astralis to net that first kill, and unfortunate for Jax as the smoke clears. He's looking in the wrong direction. Long spray from Lucky nets the kill. And I think we're going to get a timeout out of the G2 camp as they want to make sure they can shut down any momentum that Astralis is looking to build.
Well, fair play. They've still got tons of money. It's not like they're under too much pressure, but the game itself has a lot of pressure attached to it considering what is on the line, so look back without regret. Take all the opportunity that you can. Config wants to get going, no doubt. Needs to get back to where he found himself on Ancient, and he was able to get so much map control. You think back, it seems ages ago now, but yeah, just dividing middle and segregating the defensive G2. m0NESY with a flash to alt middle, waiting, timing, throws the nades. Bounces down mid, didn't actually go to the alt mid connector itself. Back over toward B.
Yeah, they have banana control now. This is something they really haven't been able to get cleanly throughout this half so far. Oh, m0NESY's got to be careful. Flash as he was moving into the open. 3 defenders here.
Smoke goes back toward the coffins. Alexi B, the one that's rendered behind it. And a sneaky little shot from m0NESY, you little bastard. He's got Lucky down.
Did you see like the point of the elbow and then double scope? Is that what I just witnessed? I didn't even see if he saw a pixel on his screen. Great shot from m0NESY. Good opening pick sliding into the fight. And Astralis pushed back towards the A bomb site. blameF is going to lurk outside of B, so 3-man attack. And I mean, the tough part, blameF has one of the smokes, which I think they'd love to have over at this side of the map, and they don't have a whole lot of flashbangs to make this work, to force people off the angles. Config has a little bit of a stance, an angle towards the default boxes, but that's not enough to build a hit off of.
Here we go. Bye-bye Config through the box, through the head. blameF still going to be trying to work against Nico. Stuck side in water at this point in time. Ooh, the protrusion rather of that smoke actually covered him off slightly. Not spotted, and he's able to line it up as that slow B side of the map. 9-1. Astralis cannot get back-to-back rounds.
Yeah, Nico gets the double kill at the end, but m0NESY with those 2 frags that he had throughout the round, those were the important ones to really turn it and keep it in their favor. This one right here, brutal. Lucky never had a chance. Same with Config. Look at this shot. Again, just barely spotting it through the edge of the wall. Nice defense at the end from Nico and Alexi. 9-1. Forget about Ancient. G2 has built into this series, built into this game. They're looking very, very tough right now.
And this is not the way a team that has been on the playoffs every single IEM Katowice wants to be knocked out. This is not what Astralis as an organization is about. They need to put up a fight, at the very least, for honor, if nothing else. As nades, doubly so, down toward the tree, followed by a flash. Flamef couldn't do anything with it. Everyone's blind. He goes back out. AK trying to spray through. Finally, he gets Nico. No response. Alexi B, I thought, might swing and spray, but doesn't choose to do so.
Alexi was a little bit blind as well. He's still got a smoke to work with, depending on when he wants to put out. He can put it down at the half wall, prevent access. m0NESY comes over, but he's going to put out the Molotov. He wants to fight more. Flashbang over the top. Alexi still has that smoke in hand, has not been pressured enough to use it. Meanwhile, towards the A bomb site, Jax in pit at the broken wall as Astralis is going to gain brackets control. That's just Zip and Lucky, and I think that's just presence. They don't want to build anything off of it. They just want to let G2 know they could take it, that they can be there. m0NESY's been pulled over. Alexi still has the smoke.
Still has the smoke and he's on the bags. They try and boost the bump. He sees the ball coming down, and down they go as the headshot into Glaive. He smokes himself off, as you say, buys some space. Xyp9x will get the winning kill on that exchange, but not for the round. Bombs behind them. Xyp9x has to go back for that, as m0NESY just fires off the shots inside of the smoke. This one's done. 20 seconds, they get the bomb again. Xyp9x caught by Hunter. Lucky goes back, and I don't think he's got all the luck in the world could save him in this situation. Although it is a one-on-one on either side. He could try and isolate this, but with that smoke, all they're doing is making that even longer of an exchange, and there was only 7 seconds left after the round ended.
What a triple kill from Alexi. Looking at the boost, grabbing the first, and the other ones just line up as they crouch around the half wall trying to trade that frag. Huge performance. As I was saying, he still had the smoke because he could have put it down a number of times to delay even further, but he just takes the heads-up fight. Good win. Good wins for Alexi. Obviously a massive flank coming in for Jackson Hunter. This was just brutal. Lucky just sprang through, no chance to do anything. Another round, a 10th round for G2. They're on double digits, and now Astralis is really feeling the pressure. If they hadn't before, now it's just, we need the buys. We need rounds. It's not a pretty buy, but they need to do something.
Watch out the stairway. Xyp9x spotted already. Jax holding the angle, even firing warning shots. No one else can dare go by that corner.
And every time G2's decided to get aggressive and get, you know, a more forward position on the defensive side, it's worked out in their favor. And then following it up is m0NESY with his AWP. 5 and 4 for him, but some big impact kills.
It's crazy, he's only 5 and 4, right? Because it seems like he's been rather dynamic with that AWP in this half.
Well, I mean, look, Alexi's got 10, Jax has 11, Hunter has 12, Nico, there's only so many frags to go around.
Yeah, I suppose, but 5 seems less than if you blindfolded me right now and, or just didn't let me look at the scoreboard, I guess, but you understand what I'm saying. I would have said it was more than 5. It's 6 now, Jason. See, I told you. It was more.
You were right in the end.
A broken clock is right twice a day, at least, so I gotta get them every now and then, right?
Oh, yeah. We'll give you a couple. Config, nice headshot. No way to know there's gonna be a follow-up. 10-round lead.
Is not even a factor in this game, I just want to point out. There's only been 1 bomb plant, and that was on the round Astralis won. They have not even planted in any of the situations because they cannot get by this defense.
Yeah, that's a really good point to make. I mean, just to highlight how dominant it's been. I mean, you can look at the economy to notice that, how much money these G2 players have built up. Yeah, the plants are brutal, just not even getting enough kills to find access to the bomb site. G2, as I mentioned, I don't want to blame this on like Astralis players individually not being up for the task or up for the fight. G2's playing so well.
Flash over, they'll try and just go and barrage the mid position. Strength in numbers, but there's numbers as well for G2.
Yeah, but they're out of position. They need to find some safety.
Oh, this is clever to go through. Nico shuts it down. I thought that was the only way. They forced the rotation. They beat him out of the arch. Sorry to cut you off, Jason, but I thought that actually was a smart play to beat the rotation, and it still backfires.
Yeah, now Alexi's in a great position. He knows what's coming. He's got one. Doesn't even matter if he goes down now. Strong retake ahead. Glaive's at 74 HP. Smoke is going to go down. He's going to pick another up. He's got to hurry up and get this bomb planted if he wants a chance. He does have a minute to play with, so I guess the theory here is there's no way I'm going to win a 1v3 if they all know I'm inside the bomb site somewhere. I need to find some way to get a kill first. It's slowly coming in, but they're already here right at the bomb. Another smoke. Hunter's coming through. Hunter's coming through all day, and m0NESY doesn't even care about the smoke. He's found another. 12-1. Astralis is feeling like each and every one of their opponents in 2018.
Yeah, 2019, Liquid was feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I met at that pretty quick.
Yep. Yeah, not bad at all. No, you're absolutely right. This is dominant. I think Glaive's even overthinking it at that point because he throws all those smokes, but he doesn't actually try and isolate anyone. He still just goes to the site, and smokes or not, the matter of the timing meant that they were going to be on him. Nice shot from m0NESY to shut that round down, 12-1. Well, I wish we had a more exciting game between two absolute legends. A team on the rebuild with young stars brought in to try and counter out the dominance of Na'Vi. The owner, Carlos, basically saying, top three doesn't matter, we're here to win majors. We want to win everything. And Astralis that's been legendary for so long, and as we said, been on the stage every single time. Unfortunately, we can't take them both through with us, but right now, I think one of them is volunteering to go home. Yeah,
I think also, too, it would be good to have a nice bit of a fight here on this third map just for the excitement of it, but also it's good in the sense that, you know, I think coming into this, everyone felt G2 overall still the better team. And proving it here, and really earning that position in the quarterfinals if they're to go on and close this map out, which seems likely. I don't know how Astralis recovers from this in any way. Nade barrage finds Nico. If they cannot win off that, I don't even know what to say. Alexi does go down, but it's Hunter, not m0NESY, here with an AK-47. There's one. He wants more. He needs more. He's going to stick around for the fight. Now he's getting wrapped upon. Good headshot onto Zip. Can't back all the way away, and we have a 2-on-2.
BlameF still waiting back toward Banana to see if there'll be a rotation in that direction. He can hold for the post plant with just 7 HP on the Deagle from there, as it is planted default. But Glaive inside of the site, a little bit less comfortable, has a smoke he's going to sneak out from.
This could be tricky because you have to imagine G2 is going to assume someone is in the bomb site. Nobody is actually there.
That means they're going to use utility in that direction. m0NESY is already sneaking around the corner, though, not concerned with it. He's cleared, so far as he's concerned, the angles. And now the nades go out. Smoke, flash, covering out. Deagle's already shooting out and knowing exactly now where BlameF is. m0NESY goes on to the Deagle, finds the headshot on Glaive. He'll hold the defuse, and it can't be found. BlameF's off the angle. Wrong gun to fire with, and they get the defuse. I hate to break it to you, it's 13-1 G2. Astralis can do nothing of that round in the end anyway.
Yeah, good on m0NESY. Someone must have called out that Silence M4 was shooting from water, and he just peeks out over with the Deagle. Finishes things off and allows his teammate to stick the defuse. 13-1. That was the best chance Astralis has had in a long time, and they can't even close that one. 12-round lead now for G2.
So we hit round 15, the last of the half. I think it goes without saying, Jason, that Astralis need this one. I'll give you updates on our opposing game as Hunter starts this one off against Glaive. Na'Vi came back to win. I shouldn't say came back overall in terms of losing the first map. They were in the lead the whole time, but they win 16-12 on Dust 2, so they now go to Mirage to decide who will get the bye to the semifinals. So 3 maps on both games this evening. Although our third map may not last that long if Astralis can't do something. They're already very significantly down in this round as well. BlameF, Config, and Glaive dead. Xyp9x getting hit with a nade. Doesn't even know that m0NESY the Mighty will walk out behind him and take him down without a fight.
Well then, what can you say about this one?
Brutal. Wrecked.
I'm glad you went for it.
Absolutely taken down.
13-1, 12-round lead. It's about to be 14-1. Lucky, every angle in the world to clear. That's a good win there, but the bomb's on the other side of the map. This is a G2 that, I mean, just this CT side was so cool from them. Everything was denied. Everyone's playing well for the G2 side of things. They've just obviously taken a hold of this map and ran away with it. Lucky Dink down to 49, still a chance. 27 seconds. Peace. Well, not much you can say. As we found out here, 14-1 for G2, really showing their class and quality, looking, hunting, and smelling that stage of the Spodek. We're going to be back after the break, and we'll find out who's anointed into the quarterfinals.
I smoked ups.
We drop more.
You smoke from so.
Yeah, I have this. Ups, out.
1 second mid.
Dead.
Second mid one.
Boiler.
Hiding.
In boiler.
Maybe one more.
One more, yes, he is.
guys.
Nice, Jackie.
Tico, I need to smoke, Michael. What?
Good smoke, Ilya.
Smoke
Ja,
and
zo.
explode. Jackie, hold us in.
Hey Future Pros! Today I wanted to show you an old strat that Fanatics still like to bring out from time to time. This execute is an alternative method to take the B side on Inferno, utilizing a wall of smokes. As with any great dish, executes, when you have the base locked down, you can start adding in other ingredients, grenades. To make this recipe, you will need 3 Future Pros, 3 smoke grenades, and some flashes. Future Pro number 1. You'll be throwing the close smoke for the wall of smokes. To throw the smoke, line up with the edge of this wall. Place your crosshair above the middle of the tree and right in the center of these 2 sets of wires. Then simply toss the smoke. Future Pro number 2. Wall. To throw your smoke, get into this corner. Find this slight dip in the trees and aim ever so slightly above it. Then toss the smoke. Future Pro number 3. You'll be throwing the deep CT smoke along with a flash. To throw your smoke, get into the corner next to these barrels. Find the 3rd wooden strut and place your crosshair in the dip above the tiles. Then toss your smoke. To throw your flash, it isn't really a lineup, just lob it over the roof and pop it above the smokes. This should blind anyone on the site and also a player in CT. Now you have all the ingredients in place, it's time to think about your approach. The idea behind this strat is to cut off any site players and isolate the counter-terrorist player in CT spawn. Killing the CT player shouldn't be tough, unless you're playing against Scream. You can then wrap through ruins and split the site from 2 points. If you have the bomb, you might be able to get it down while the smoke's still up. JW is struggling a bit here, but I'm sure you guys can do it. Like with any great dish, feel free to add your own spices. Want to double nade CT as you push? Go for it. Want to throw a metric heck ton of flashes over the site? You can do that too. After all, you are the cool cat of your very own strat. And as always, enjoy.
Just 2 rounds to go, and G2 will find themselves inside of the Spodek Arena with a young and promising roster that could, in fact, go all the way. Astralis, it would be the first time they miss out on such an illustrious stage. A stage they've won majors on, a stage that they have carved their name into legacy for a lifetime, but not if they don't pull something magical out now.
I think Config actually called if they were to miss the playoffs, I think, and I quote, it would be a kick in the balls.
Well, I feel bad for the sack between his legs.
That stomach ache's coming, boys. Get ready for it. Hunter and Nico combined for a kill, and it's all going G2's way. 2 swift responses from Zip and Blame F. Lucky goes down next. A-bomb site is open. I think this round's over as well.
Yeah, Monacy's already just taking the bomb straight to the site, jumps around. He's not even concerned with the fact that anyone's going to be inside of it. They had the information it sounds toward the bottom of middle because a shot was fired by Config. Do it for your balls, Config. Protect them. Don't let them get kicked. That's all right. He's definitely thinking about them now.
He's wearing a cup.
Yeah, well, 2 to find. Or a Jill at this rate. I'm not sure the way this one's going. I hope it's a cup for his sake as he comes back out. Jax has it. It is indeed going to be G2 on map, series, and Spodek points. Not much noise coming from the Astralis side, is there?
No, I mean, there's no reason to this whole map. And I mean, fair play. Look, they've tried a lot in this half, or in the opening half, I should say. Different changes of pace, different strategies. They've tried nade stacks. They tried getting up mid fast. They tried going B fast. G2 had a response for all of it. I think part of the problem, as we kind of highlighted early on in that first half, when they were down like 7-8-0, is just so much money on the G2 defense. There was just no way to even whittle it down, even if you wanted to. G2 peaking at the right moment in this deciding series, looking for a few days rest, a few days of preparation for their quarterfinal opponent. That'll be on Friday. Nico is pushing back Banana defense, and he's fine with winning that battle. Trade up mid, Glaive's got 1, runs out of bullets for the second, and the A-bomb site is open again. Nico called out 2 bodies there, so G2's just gonna risk it and say, no matter what, there's 1 person here, and this is gonna be more than likely the winning plant. It's a 3-on-4, and there's no kits.
Just to note, it's Virtus Pro that G2, given the scoreline, I'm just gonna conclude that. would be playing as their first match in the Spodek. Nico's going to take down both Config and Blameth, and it is just Zipix, the sole survivor of the Spodek stage. And unfortunately, the last one to bow out of this match for Astralis. They're gone. The stars are clouded, the judgment ruined, and it is G2 that are starting to look promising in this event.
Yeah, and that's good news to get experience for the young man we just saw there. Monacy just brought into the team. G2 earned this quarterfinal berth, and for Astralis, that's a lot of legacy and history that ends.